Good evening and welcome to day number 290. My name is Mary and today's story title, The Last Supper. While Jesus was talking, he became very sad and sorrowful and said, "One of you that are eating with me shall betray me and give me up to those who will kill me." All the disciples looked at one another, wondering who was the one Jesus meant. They asked, "Am I the one, Lord?" Jesus said, "It is one of you, 12 men, who are dipping your hands into the same dish and eating with me. The Son of Man goes, as it is written of him. But woe to that man who betrays him and gives him up to die. It would have been good for that man if he had never been born." While Jesus was speaking, Simon Peter made signs to John across the table that he, leaning next to Jesus, should ask him who this traitor was. So John whispered to Jesus as he was lying close to him, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus answered softly, so no one else heard, "It is the one to whom I will give a piece of bread after I have dipped it in the dish." Then Jesus dipped a piece of bread into the dish and gave it to Judas Iscariot, who was lying near him. And as he gave it, he said, "Do quickly what you are going to do." No one except John knew what this meant. Not all heard what Jesus said to Judas, and those who heard, though, that Jesus was telling him to do something belonging to the feast, or perhaps since Judas carried the money, that he should make some gift to the poor. But Judas left at once, for he saw that his plan was known and must be carried out now or never. He knew that after the supper, Jesus would go back to Bethany. So he went to the rulers, told them where they might watch for Jesus on his way back to Bethany, and went with a band of men to a place at the foot of the Mount of Olives, where he was sure Jesus would pass. As soon as Judas had gone out, Jesus said to the 11 disciples, "Little children, I shall be with you only a little while. I'm going away, and where I go, you cannot come now. But when I am gone away from you, remember this new commandment that I gave you, that you love one another even as I have loved you." Simon Peter said to Jesus, "Lord, where are you going?" Jesus answered, "Where I go, you cannot follow me now, but you shall follow me afterward." Peter said to him, "Lord, why can't follow you now? I will lay down my life for your sake." Jesus said, "Will you lay down your life for me? I tell you, Peter, that before the cock crows tomorrow morning, you will 3 times deny that you have ever known me." But Peter said, "Though I die, I will never deny you, Lord." And so said all the other disciples. But Jesus said to them, Before morning comes, every one of you will leave me alone. Yet I will not be alone, for the Father will be with me. Jesus saw that Peter and all his disciples were full of sorrow at his words, and he said, "Let not your hearts be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many houses. If it were not so, I would have told you. I am going to make a place ready for you. And when it is ready, I will come again and take you to be with me." Jesus talked with the disciples a long time and prayed for them. About midnight, they left the room together and went to the Mount of Olives. And that was the word of the Lord. Now we have 4 questions coming up. The first one says, why did Jesus feel sad? Why did Jesus feel sad? Second, who was going to betray Jesus? Who was going to betray Jesus? The second part of question number 2, how did Jesus let him know he knew what he planned? How did Jesus let him know he knew what he planned? Number 3, what did Jesus tell the rest of the disciples to do to one another? What did Jesus tell the rest of the disciples to do to one another? Number 4 and last has 2 parts to it as well. What did Peter tell Jesus he would do for him? What did Peter tell Jesus he would do for him? Last part of question number 4. What did Jesus tell him would happen? What did Jesus tell him would happen? And that was the end of day 290. It's really great to have you attending with me those precious and blessed episode of Bible study or Bible stories. May God bless you all until next time. Bye bye for now.